it's quiet enough. We should be fine. Okay, this is Luke Holy. I wanted to show you how to connect Dante to a system and also be able to multi-track and take a split from your console. So currently I have a 32 channel stage box on the stage. I have another 16 channel Rio down here in my rack, and then I have a CL5 in front of me. I'll show you all that in just a moment. And then I've got Dante controller, and I'll have virtual sound card running on this laptop. All this stuff below it just connects to, there's a Ethernet adapter. Otherwise, this is part of my smart rig. It is currently not being used, and you do not need it. So the only thing going to this laptop is one Ethernet cable. Let's go ahead and take a look at all that. Okay, so here's my booth. I've got the CL5. Let's see if I can hold it steady. And then this is the 16 channel Rio stage box, and there's another one up on the stage over on that side. Anyway, let's take a look at Dante controller. And these are all my ins and outs. Let me go ahead and collapse this so you can see it. And I'm getting a bit of a warning. That's probably because something's not connected. So I have my Mac Mini, the CL5, the Rio 1608, and the Rio 32 channel. The 32 channel is the one I'm concerned with right now, because that's the one that is on stage. So I'm just going to blow out all these receivers and these transmitters. And so in order to patch the inputs, it is currently patched so that the 32 channel, let's see if I can get it to come into focus, please. There we are. The 32 channel Rio, which is showing here, this is the transmitter side. So that's where the inputs come in, coming from the top. And then they pass to the receiver side going this way. So these are all transmitting inputs, 1 through 32, down. You can see where the grid matches to the CL5. Great, 1 through 32, that's how I want it. Now, if I want to record 32 channels of multi-track into that, I would need to start up virtual sound card, which I have here. I'll hit start, and we should see it appear. Let me collapse it. There's Lappy, that's what I call my laptop. And then it's already pre-patched. You can see I've done this before, but I'm going to edit out a sneeze. The 32 channel Rio, you can see here, is patching its inputs 1 through 16 into Lappy's inputs 1 through 16. Looks like I used 19 total channels. I may have grabbed those from somewhere else, like a board mix. Oh, let's see what I did. So I was also able to grab, where are those? Here they are. 3 outputs from, what is this? This is the CL5. So the CL5 Dante output, I grabbed these 3. It's probably left, right, and mono sub when I did the show. So I had 16 channels plus left, right, sub. Anyway, so our inputs from the 32 channel Rio, that's Rio 3224 right here, is outputting to Lappy and also outputting to the Yamaha CL5. Now, what I would do is save this as a preset. I would save preset. And then also when you want to return the returns of your virtual sound check, you would attach these inputs, which are the returns, down to the CL5 or wherever your console is. Let's see, where is that? I've already passed it. Here we are, the 64 channels, the Yamaha CL5. So I would patch those in this grid of Lappy's inputs 1 through 32 and patch those into the CL5. And once that's done, there's a nice little shortcut here. You can click it and it'll do it automatically. Once that's done, I would save that as a preset as well. So when you go to load the presets, I think I have 2. Looks like I erased them, but I would save one as live input and one as virtual sound check. So now that everything is working, let's go into Waves Tracks. Do I have it here? There it is, Tracks. I'm doing this without rehearsing it, so let's see what happens. I will probably have to create a new session. I may edit all this out, we'll see. I'll just drop it on the desktop and call it Untitled. Great. So once it's loaded up the session, let me bring this into focus there. There we go. I am going to go to Tracks Live where are the preferences for this? File, Preferences. And then I'm going to change the interface to Dante Virtual Soundcard. Yes, I would like to switch it. And you can see your inputs 1 through 32, and that's how many I have assigned in Dante Virtual Soundcard. Let's cancel this out so you can see that. There it is. I have a 32 by 32 interface. And I set the latency high. I don't think it really matters. It doesn't really matter for my tracking, so I just left the latency high so there wouldn't be any kind of error. But I'm on a one switch system, so it shouldn't matter too much. Anyway, let's get that out of the way. We'll go back into our preferences. I'm sorry I'm not doing this as a screen recording, but this is just the fast, easy way to do it. So you can turn these on and off, and they will land in order in your session. So you turn on the tracks you need or the inputs you need. And then same thing with the outputs. You can turn them all on, I think. All. I don't know. Oh, it's on stereo. You have to have multi-out. That's the other trick. Or I should say the setting. Not really a trick. And then turn those on to line up to the same as your input tracks. And that will auto-patch. If you skip one, it will auto-patch to the next available, and it'll show this patch 27, even though that's output 28. That's the nice thing. It keeps it kind of in line. It just drops to the next available output. I tend to just track everything and then skip channels as needed to fit whatever I'm doing. But anyway, once this is done and you can start tracking, you create your tracks just like any other DAW, and it just acts like a tape machine. There's no mixer in this. It's super simple. You just have to make sure you're on multi-out in order to get the multi-track out. So that should be all you need to do. So and when you're recording, you're in the Dante controller setting where it says live input, and then you can change your preset over to virtual sound check, and then hit play here, and it will play back into your console. You can you won't need to change any patching here because it'll all be through Dante, and then all your processing stays the same. The only thing you will lose is per channel. It will look like this with no gain knob because that's a Dante input. There's no analog gain, but there is digital gain. And then on an actual input, you can see there's a preamp here and digital gain as well. So there's the difference. That's the easy way to, or I should say that's the way to patch your virtual Dante virtual sound card into a multi-track recorder in order to do virtual sound check. Wow, 7 minutes, not bad. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.